Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel where we dive deep into the world of coins, collectibles, and their values. I want to start with something important, especially for you as a young collector. A 2019 P Washington quarter with a copper-colored edge is not a $1 million coin. It can still be interesting and collectible, but claims about billionaire overnight coins for modern quarters are internet myths. Now, let me give you a real, exciting, and historically true story about what you actually have and what really can make a U.S. quarter valuable. The 2019 P. Washington quarter belongs to the America the Beautiful quarter series. In 2019, the U.S. Mint released 5 designs showing famous national parks and monuments, and millions of these coins were made at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why they have the P mint mark. These coins were designed for everyday use, not as rare treasures, but they still represent an important moment in U.S. coin history because they were among the last traditional Washington quarters before the Mint switched to the 2021-2025 American Women series. When you see a copper-colored edge on a 2019 quarter, that does not mean it is made of solid copper. It means the coin is made of a copper-nickel sandwich, which has been used for U.S. quarters since 1965. Inside the coin is pure copper, and the outside layers are copper mixed with nickel to give the silver-like look. When the coin is worn, damaged, or slightly miscut, the copper core becomes more visible, making the edge look reddish. This is normal and not rare. Millions of 2019 P quarters were produced, so in normal condition, most of them are only worth face value, 25 cents. Even in shiny, uncirculated condition, they usually sell for just 50 cents to $2. That may sound disappointing, but this is where things become exciting because sometimes a normal coin is transformed into a valuable treasure by a mint error. The only way a 2019 P Washington quarter could become worth hundreds, thousands, or even more is if it has a real mint error. These are mistakes made when the coin was struck at the U.S. Mint. Some examples are off-center strikes, double strikes, missing layers, clipped edges, or being struck on the wrong type of metal. These are rare because the Mint tries to prevent them, but a few always escape into circulation. One of the most valuable modern quarter errors is a quarter struck on the wrong metal, such as being accidentally struck on a dime planchet or a foreign coin blank. When that happens, the coin looks lighter, smaller, or the color is different. Such coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars because they are true mistakes from the U.S. Mint, not damage done after the coin left the factory. Another powerful value booster is a double die error, where the design was impressed twice, slightly out of alignment, creating doubled letters or numbers. If a 2019 P quarter showed clear doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust, it could become very desirable to collectors. These are the kinds of coins that get auctioned and written about in numismatic magazines. But here is the honest truth. No 2019 P Washington quarter has ever sold for millions of dollars. The coins that reach million-dollar prices are extremely old and rare, such as the 1796 draped bust quarter or the 1804 quarter, which were made in tiny numbers over 200 years ago. Modern quarters can be valuable, but they do not reach those legendary levels. Still, your coin can matter. Every collector dreams of finding a rare error in their change. That's what makes coin hunting exciting. A simple quarter in your hand could be hiding a mistake that turns it into something special, and people all over the world search through rolls of coins every day hoping for that moment. If you truly think your 2019 P quarter looks unusual, different weight, strange color, missing details, or off-center, then it should be checked by a professional coin grading service. These companies can tell you if your coin is just worn or if it's a real mint error. Only after that can real value be known. So while the internet stories about becoming a billionaire from a 2019 quarter are not true, the real story is still powerful. Your coin is part of U.S. history, part of a national series that celebrates America's parks and heritage, and it might even be hiding a rare mistake. That possibility is what keeps collectors searching, learning, and dreaming. The next up top two. The 2020D Salt River Bay Quarter is part of America's Beautiful America the Beautiful series, and it honors one of the most important ecological and historical treasures in the U.S. Virgin Islands. When this coin was released, it did something special, bringing a piece of Caribbean history, wildlife, and American heritage into millions of hands through a single 25-cent coin. Even though it looks small, it carries a huge story inside its metal. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is why it carries the bold D mint mark. That tiny letter matters because it tells collectors where the coin was born. Denver minted quarters are often collected in high quality, and when they survive without damage, scratches, or wear, they can become far more valuable than their face value. The Salt River Bay design is breathtaking. On the back of the coin, you see a red mangrove tree, a brown pelican in flight, and the gentle waters of the bay. This is not just art, it represents one of the most biologically rich ecosystems in U.S. territory, and it also marks a location tied to early European and indigenous history. That combination of nature and history makes this quarter especially loved by collectors. Many people talk about a copper side, and this is where things become interesting. The 2020D Salt River Bay Quarter is made of a copper core with outer layers of nickel. If you look at the edge, you will see that reddish copper stripe, which tells you the coin has its original metal structure. This does not make it rare by itself, but it proves the coin is real and unaltered. Here is the truth that protects you from being fooled. A normal 2020D Salt River Bay quarter is not worth millions of dollars. Millions were made. However, some of these coins become incredibly valuable when something extraordinary happens to them during minting, such as being struck on the wrong metal, double stamped, missing layers, or produced with dramatic errors. Those rare versions can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The coins that truly change lives are not ordinary pocket change. They are mistake coins that escaped the mint. A 2020D quarter struck on a silver planchet, or one missing its outer layers, or one with a strong double image could be worth more than a car. That's why people say, don't spend it until you check it, because a tiny difference can mean a giant price change. If your coin is in brilliant, uncirculated condition with sharp details, clean fields, and no wear, it can be worth many times more than a used one. Collectors pay more for coins that look like they just left the mint. Even without errors, a perfect high-grade 2020D Salt River Bay quarter can sell for several dollars to collectors building complete sets. This coin also holds emotional value. It represents a place that was once the site of the first recorded European settlement in the Virgin Islands, and a bay that glows with natural bioluminescence. That story makes the coin feel alive, and people love owning a small piece of that magic. Some online videos and posts claim these coins are worth millions, but that is often done to attract attention. Real collectors and real money come from real rarity, not just hype. Still, some people have found modern quarters worth thousands because of rare minting errors, and those discoveries started with someone simply not spending their change. If you believe your 2020D Salt River Bay quarter looks different, extra thick, strange color, missing layers, doubled design, or unusually heavy, that's when excitement becomes real. Those signs mean your coin might be something the mint never intended to release, and that's where big value is born. The smartest thing a coin owner can do is protect the coin. Do not clean it. Do not scratch it. Store it safely. Cleaning destroys value. The coin should stay exactly how it is, because collectors want untouched history, not polished metal. So while this quarter won't automatically make someone a billionaire, it can be a hidden treasure if it has something special about it. The 2020D Salt River Bay quarter is a real, historical U.S. coin with beauty, meaning, and the potential for high value when it carries rare errors. Sometimes fortune doesn't shout, it whispers from the edge of a small copper-lined coin, waiting for the right person to notice. The next up top 3. In the silent world of rare coins, where metal turns into magic and small discs can hold the weight of fortunes, the 2007 Utah State Quarter stands like a hidden gate to untold stories. At first glance, it looks ordinary, just another coin that passed through countless hands. But to collectors and sharp-eyed hunters, it is a piece of American history frozen in copper and nickel. This coin represents Utah, the land where the American West was shaped by iron rails, courage, and ambition. Released as the 45th coin in the 50 State Quarters program, the Utah Quarter was the final state coin of 2007, making it special in the timeline of the series. Its design shows the powerful image of the Golden Spike, the point where the Transcontinental Railroad was completed in 1869. Two trains face each other across the Utah mountains, symbolizing the moment America was united from coast to coast. This design alone makes the coin historically priceless. Most people see this quarter and think it is only worth 25 cents, but the truth is far deeper. What turns a normal coin into a treasure is not only age, but condition, errors, and rarity. A Utah quarter that looks clean, sharp, and untouched by heavy circulation already carries more value than millions of worn coins. When that coin also has a minting error or unusual metal layer, it becomes something collectors will chase. Some 2007 Utah quarters were struck with dramatic minting mistakes, and these are the coins that create legends. Coins have been found with double images, off-center strikes, missing details, and even wrong metal layers, sometimes showing more copper than they should. These mistakes were never meant to exist, which is exactly why they become so valuable. A rare error coin is like a fingerprint. No two are ever the same. When collectors find a Utah quarter with a strong copper color showing through, especially on the edge or surface, it can signal something unusual happened at the mint. This could mean the coin was struck on a wrong metal planchet or bonded incorrectly. Such mistakes are extremely rare, and when confirmed, they can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even far more depending on how dramatic and clear the error is. The coins that bring shocking prices are usually in near-perfect condition, sometimes called mint state. These coins were never used in daily life, never scratched by pockets or worn down by time. A 2007 Utah quarter in pristine condition, especially from a rare mint run or arrow strike, can rise far above its face value and enter the world of serious collectors and auctions. There have been rare modern U.S. coins that sold for tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars, not because they were old, but because they were unique. A dramatic mint error, a wrong metal strike, or a limited release proof can turn a simple coin into a headline. This is why experienced collectors never dismiss modern coins. They know today's pocket change can become tomorrow's legend. The Utah quarter holds an extra layer of meaning because it marks a moment when America was stitched together by steel rails. That story of unity, movement, and destiny is locked inside its design. When a coin carries both historical power and physical rarity, its value grows far beyond what any normal person would expect. If someone owns a 2007 Utah State quarter that looks unusually sharp, shiny, or copper-heavy, they should never rush to sell it. Coins like this must be examined by experts who understand grading and mint errors. A single overlooked detail could mean the difference between a few dollars and a life-changing discovery. In the world of coin collecting, fortune does not always come from gold or ancient pieces. Sometimes it hides in modern coins that slipped past quality control. These rare survivors become the crown jewels of collections, chased by investors and museums alike, because they cannot be replaced once they are gone. The dream that a small coin can change a person's destiny is not a fantasy. It has happened before. Rare coins have paid for homes, education, and entire futures. The Utah quarter, when it carries the right rarity and condition, becomes more than money. It becomes opportunity sealed in metal. So, if you hold a 2007 Utah State quarter with strong copper color, clean surfaces, and unusual features, treat it with respect. You may be holding a quiet miracle, a tiny circle of history that could one day be worth more than anyone ever imagined. In the world of rare coins, destiny often hides where no one thinks to look.